Hi guys, how are you doing? Thank you for coming back to my channel. Well, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is a little bit of a talking vlog, which I normally don't do on this channel. But due to some things that I've seen going on in my comment section lately, I felt the need to make this video. And I think both tarot readers and querents and clients will find it just as interesting, that it applies to both sides of the equation. Okay, so I wanted to talk about negative tarot readings, okay? So-called negative tarot readings, because I don't believe that any tarot reading is negative, okay? Tarot readings provide information, and all information is positive to have. So it depends on the way you approach a reading. If you're looking at it as just, oh, I don't want to hear this, this is something that I don't want to deal with or something I don't want to hear, then you'll perceive it as negative. But if you're looking to kind of problem solve and troubleshoot and kind of get some insight on what energies are around you, it's always a positive. Now, every tarot reader has their own style, and no one style is better than any other. It depends on the client. Whatever the client likes, whatever kind of reading style the client likes, though obviously those are the kind of tarot readings that that client is going to enjoy the most. My personal approach to the tarot is a very down-to-earth, straightforward approach. And what I disagree with as far as tarot reading is concerned is that there are some tarot readers who refuse to acknowledge the fact that there is darkness in the tarot, just as there is light in the tarot. There is darkness and light in life in general. Okay, there's positive and negative in everything. And there are some tarot readers who are very much, they just refuse to acknowledge this, and they're always putting like a positive, light, kind of airy-fairy, approach to it, okay? And that's not how I do things. That's not how I read, and if you watch this channel, then you know that. And I've gotten quite a few comments lately in my comment section from people whose opinion it is that some of my readings are negative. And one person even recently said one of my readings was toxic. And I was like, what? I've done a lot of tarot readings over the years, and what I have found is that usually the people who object to a reading or who accuse the reader of being negative are usually the people who need to pay attention to what's being said in the reading the most, because they are recognizing something. Okay, that tarot reader is drawing their attention to something, some energy that's coming up in a card that makes them uncomfortable. They wouldn't be reacting to it if otherwise, if it was not an issue, or if there was not something in their subconscious that is triggering them in a negative way to react the way that they do, they wouldn't react to it like that, you know? So I usually find that people who complain about a reading or people who object to a reading are usually the people who need to heed the reading the most. The tarot is not a toy. You know, the tarot is not there for your amusement or to tell you what you want to hear. The tarot will tell you the truth. I really believe this, and that's why I am a reader, because I believe that the tarot tells you the truth, and you need to be prepared to hear that. If you're not, then don't get a reading or don't listen to a reading, because some things may come up that make you uncomfortable. I think getting a tarot reading, in a way, is kind of similar to going to a doctor for a checkup. You know, like whether you're going for just a general physical or whether you feel that something is wrong and you're going to a doctor for a checkup. You know, he or she will run blood tests, they'll do whatever other tests they want, and then they'll come back to you and tell you you have possibly that you have such and such a condition. Are you going to blame your doctor? Are you going to say to your doctor, oh, you're being toxic, or oh, you're being negative for giving me that information? Of course you wouldn't. They're just reporting back to you what they have found. And a tarot reading is very similar. The tarot reader isn't telling you this to upset you or to make you feel bad. They're telling you this information for your benefit, so you can do something with that information, so that you can alter what may be present around you. That's the way I approach negative cards or negative things that may come up in a reading, as positive, because they are giving me information that's going to be beneficial to me. I don't choose to look at it as a negative. You know, it may be a bummer to hear. It may not be something that you want to deal with or you want to hear, but hey, you know, if it's going on, you need to know about it so that you can deal with it properly. and constructively. A friend of mine who is a reader told me about a client that she had who came to her for advice about her relationship, about her marriage. And the reader told her that with the cards that came up, that her husband was likely cheating on her, having an affair. And how did she react to this? She got extremely angry, and she refused to believe what she was hearing, and she also refused to pay for the reading and stormed out. And sure enough, what happened a few months later, that same client called her up and said, "Oh, you were absolutely right about everything that you told me in that reading. Can you please read for me again? I need your advice." You know? So there's things that can come up in a reading that may not necessarily be pleasant, that you don't want to hear, but it is for your benefit. It is for your benefit. And if you're not prepared to hear things like that, then you shouldn't be consulting the tarot, in my opinion. But that is human nature, right? Some people respond to negative things by attacking other people or blaming them or trying to deflect, information that they don't want to hear onto the other person. And, that comes from a place of insecurity. It comes from a place of fear. And I try not to take it personally, okay? But I am human. And like I said, I've been noticing some of these comments in my comment section lately, and it has been bothering me. So that's why I wanted to bring this up and talk about it today. My intentions for my readings are always positive. I always want the best for my viewers, and those are my intentions for my readings. And the vast majority of you are just absolutely wonderful, very appreciative of what I do. I mean, I don't have to do these readings for free, but I do. The vast majority of you are very appreciative and very sweet and leave me very positive, warm, sweet, kind comments. And I love you guys. But like I said, every once in a while I'll get a comment like this, and it kind of irks me because, like I said, my intentions for doing these readings and the reason I've chosen tarot reading as a profession is to benefit people, is to help people. And when people come at me and attack me and try to make me feel like I am hurting them rather than helping them, that bothers me, because that is not the least, that is not my intention at all with my readings. And, if you come to the tarot with that kind of attitude, then you're not going to get anything out of it. You're just not. So anyway, I guess that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. And I would love to hear your feedback below, whether you are another reader or whether you are a viewer or a tarot appreciator, tarot client, whatever. I would love to hear what you think. So please feel free to leave your comments below. And again, I want to thank all of you guys for being here with me on my channel. I love spending time with you. I love reading for you. And yeah, I just hope you keep coming back for more readings, because I'm always going to be here for you with my cards. So thank you very much, guys. I love you, and take it easy. I will see you shortly for your weekly reading. Okay, bye for now. Mwah.